Okay, so the pineal gland is letting in the light and is for regulation. Your third eye is literally an eye. The name third eye comes from the pineal gland's primary function of letting in light and darkness, just as our two eyes do. So the main function of the pineal gland is to receive information about the state of the light-dark cycle from the environment and convey this information to the production and secretion of the hormone melatonin. Your pineal gland releases the highest levels of melatonin when there's darkness and decreases melatonin production when you're exposed to light. In other words, you have low levels of melatonin in your blood during the daylight hours and peak levels during the nighttime. So the interior of the pineal gland has retinal tissue composed of photoreceptor cells. Isn't that interesting? Photoreceptor cells. And it's filled with vitreous fluid, just like the eyes. It's even wired to the visual cortex. Did you know? I think that was pretty cool because we do see things in our third eye when we focus, and they're very colorful. So I find that deeply intriguing. I want to talk about stress factors and hormonal regulation and environmental maladaptation. Stress may impair the pineal gland's sympathetic inputs, leading to abnormal melatonin release that may contribute to environmental maladaptation. Essentially, this just means that when we screw around with our circadian rhythms and our light and dark, where we have false light inside. Right now, I'm under a bunch of light so that you guys can see me better. We have artificial light inside. It's very confusing for our system. We stay up later than we ever did. People were up before the sun and in bed earlier in the evenings. There's a whole conversation about split sleep or segmented sleep, where people would wake up at midnight and stay up for a couple hours, and how that was actually better for them. But our bodies are adjusted to our current environment, and it's no wonder we operate on Red Bull and stress, because in addition, the pineal gland is a target of glucocorticoid damage during stress. What that means is like calcification. Because your pineal gland is a crystal receiver and sender of light-coded information. Decalcification is a process of letting in more light. So when it's all junked up and it has other processes going on, it's like the filter on your air for your air conditioner. It gets clogged up and it can't function properly. Changes in melatonin secretion have been linked with psychological stress and depression, and both the pineal gland and the cerebral cortex act via the limbic system in producing their effects. So you have all these like cascade effects that go on within all these systems of your body, and it's interesting how light can affect this. So the ancients, in Egypt specifically, the pineal gland was known as the seat of the spirit or the soul. They used the third eye as a route to higher awareness and consciousness. The Buddhists related it to spiritual awakening, and the Hindus connected to the third eye, which represents intuition and clairvoyance. So we have three different cultures referencing the third eye in different ways. Pretty much the same thing in a different language. It's essentially me and Holly.